start today's luxury webinar. Thank you everybody for joining us. I'm going to let everybody introduce yourselves. Claire, tell us who you are, where you're from and what your prize is today, please.
Hi, I'm Claire. I'm based in the UK, but I look after the Heritage and Veranda resorts in Mauritius. And today I'll be talking about Heritage L'Hotel Fair. And my prize is a £50 voucher.
Super amazing. Thank you very much. Sarah, hello. You're muted at the moment.
Hi there. So I'm Sarah. I'm also based in the UK. I'm here on behalf of Essential Detail today, but talking about, in particular, our property Rabo Hotel from Hotel Chocolat in St. Lucia. And our prize is also a £50 voucher.
Super amazing. Thank you very much. It's Sarah's first webinar she's done with us, so we've all got to be very kind to her and send her lots of love. So thank you very much, Sarah. You're in for a treat. Last but not least, we've got Kerry. Hello, Kerry.
Hiya, Kerry from Clear Marketing, UK-based representatives for Ocean Hotels Barbados. I'm going to talk to you today about O2 Beach Club and Spa. And our prize is £50 or $60 onto your My Booking Rewards account.
Super amazing. Thank you very much. Kerry, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. So hi everyone, thank you for joining today. Lots of names I recognise, particularly the UK lot. So hello to everybody I know, and for those of you that I don't and overseas, thanks for joining. You've probably already seen, if you haven't already, that we have got our own training and reward programme as part of My Booking Rewards. So please do register, oceanhotelsrewards.com. So today I'm representing Ocean Hotels Barbados, which is 3 properties down in the south coast of Barbados. This is a luxury focus today, so I am just going to have a standout of O2 Beach Club and Spa. So O2 Beach Club and Spa is still the newest hotel on the island. We're a cool and contemporary beach club for your younger clientele. We're based in the south coast, so you can see here on the map. We're down just outside of St. Lawrence Gap, so nice short distance from the airport, around 10-12 minute transfer time from the airport, so nice short transfer time. The south coast of the island, for any of you that don't know it, excuse me, is really the kind of lively area. There's bars, restaurants, nightlife, shopping. It's where the capital is. So Bridgetown is close proximity to the hotel. So if you have got guests on a cruise that is ex-Bridgetown, we do get quite a lot of demand for pre and post cruise stays. You're very close to Oystins, which is famous for the Friday night fish fry. And where our resort O2 is located at the far end of St. Lawrence Gap, you're close enough to be able to walk in and enjoy the nightlife, but far enough out that it isn't noisy. So then, introducing you or re-familiarising yourself with O2 Beach Club and Spa. This is a really different type of property for Barbados. Whilst it is all inclusive, and I know there's lots of that on the island, and it's 5-star, there's also lots of that on the island, we really target a younger, kind of trendier demographic than your more traditional West Coast properties. You need to have a luxury budget. This is a 5-star resort. It's premium, all inclusive, so kind of top shelf brands of drinks, no supplements on dishes, and a vast array of inclusions. We have 130 rooms and suites, so it's still a relatively small resort, but it's got a very different look and feel, much more kind of cool and contemporary, and it has that beach club feel. So 5 afternoons a week, we have a live DJ who's based up on our rooftop terrace. So there will be music playing around. It's a little bit livelier, and really a lot of facilities for a small resort. Now, unusually, this is a high-rise building. That is unusual for Barbados, but it does mean around 80% of the rooms directly face the ocean. We are located down on a beautiful stretch of beach, and it is we're very fortunate that not only is it 1,000 foot long, it's also very wide as well. So we are fortunate down in the south coast that the beaches haven't been eroded like many of them have up on the west. So we've got these long, wide beaches. Sometimes people are concerned about the south coast because it's where the Caribbean Sea meets the Atlantic, so you can get a little bit of motion. However, where this resort is located, it's a secluded cove, so you're very protected from that. Whilst there's enough motion to do some gentle water sports, there's no big scary waves or undercurrents or anything like that. I've got 2 young children, they swim in the sea here. We have got boulder rocks that you can see on the front of the beach. Now that attracts a lot of fish, so you can snorkel directly from the beach, and also you can see turtles, dozens of turtles from this resort. The best vantage point to see them, so my insider tip, is to head up to Brisa Rooftop Terrace, which is on the 8th floor of one of our 2 buildings, and you can see all the turtles. We have these hot pink sun loungers, and actually last year when the Barbie movie came out, I couldn't believe all of the PR that we got just by having pink sun loungers. It was quite amazing, really. But these are memory foam mattresses. They're nice and thick. You sink into them. The team come and spritz you with scented water mist and bring you ice lollies and sorbets. We have what we call our boozy box down on the beach, where you can get spiked coconuts, you can get premium branded rosé and sangria, and a lot of different choices. We have 3 pools, so this is one of them, and it does have a swim up pool bar. We actually have 2 swim up pool bars at this resort, one here, and then the second one, this is our adults only pool. So we have 2 blocks of accommodation, one which is just for adults, and then one which is suitable for all types of guests. However, this resort really is much more geared towards grown-ups, and whilst we do accommodate children, there aren't really children's facilities. There's not a kids club, and they can only go in one of the pools, so it's better suited to grown-ups or perhaps families that have teenagers who are a little bit older. So this is our second swim up pool bar, and then our third pool is up on the roof deck. So you have the pool here, lounge furniture around the outside, so this is where you can see the turtles from. Now, just out of shot towards the left, there's a couple of steps that you can see that go down, and that takes you to our rooftop tapas bar, which is where our DJ plays, and it's one of my favourite restaurants up there. The whole look and feel of the resort is quite cool and contemporary. It's very open. You can see the ocean from a lot of the resort. This is our Oasis Lounge, which is open 24 hours a day. So, particularly when you arrive, certainly if you're coming from the UK, when you wake up that first morning super early, you can head here, have a specialty coffee, some freshly baked pastries, watch the sunrise. But because it is open as a bar of an evening too, you can use it in the evening. This is one of my favourite areas of the resort. This is the Element Sun Terrace. So it's basically a total sun trap for sunbathers. It's above one of the restaurants. You've got sun lounges, you've got cabanas around the outside. They're all free. We don't charge supplements. There's 2 adult-only hot tubs up here as well, and a bar that serves craft beers and ciders. Now, in terms of the accommodation, we really have 2 options. You either have a junior suite, which are for adults only, or you have a suite, and the suites offer a bit more space. Some of them come in 2-bedroom options, and this is where we can accommodate teenagers if they're traveling. But this luxury collection of junior suites, this is an adult only block. What I love about this is that every other room has 2 queen beds. So if you are selling to groups of friends who want to share a room but not necessarily a bed, or a mother and a daughter, they can travel together. And because we have so many of them, we can pretty much guarantee those. They come in 2 look and feels, either the blue or the pink, and it's all of the amenities you'd expect from a 5-star hotel. The complimentary Wi-Fi, specialty coffee machine, smart TV, white company amenities in the bathroom. All of our guests also get a welcome bottle of bubbly when they arrive. We get spa credit to use at the spa, and we do a free golf program as well. If you're traveling in the winter, that's 1 game of golf complimentary for every 5 days you're staying. If you're staying in the summer, May to October, it's unlimited weekday golf. So again, another nice added value that we include here. We have some of the swim up junior suites. So if you have got guests that want to be able to just swim out from their room, these are definitely worth recommending. And then for those guests that want a little bit more space, we have our concierge collection of 1 and 2 bedroom suites. So these, if you've got guests that want a little bit more space, because you have your bedroom, either 1 or 2, a fully equipped kitchen. Not that anyone needs to use it because it is all inclusive, but you also have a living area with a sleeper sofa bed as well. Whilst people generally don't use the kitchen, we can do pre-arrival groceries. That is included in part of the price, so you can send us a shopping list in advance, all of the bits that your guests might like. We can even do personalised mini bars as well. So if you just let us know in advance what it is that your guests like, it's very much your stay your way, very personalised service here at O2. In terms of the food and drink, several different dining options, anything from casual beachside at our grill. We have a main restaurant which does buffet breakfast and lunch, and then it's a la carte dinner. And then Brisa, this is my favourite. This is the tapas lounge bar. So you can come up here to dine. It opens around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They do cocktails, but also my favourite thing they do here is tapas desserts. So if your guests have had dinner at one of the other restaurants, they can head up here and order the tapas. I would recommend ordering one of each dessert because they're only little bite-sized pieces. And again, it's just nice to have a different location. In Oro, this is our signature fine dining restaurant. It is absolutely incredible up here. Floor to ceiling windows, a real luxurious feel when you arrive. This kind of crushed velvet, marble. The food is exceptional. There's no supplements on dishes. If you want the steak, if you want the lobster, if you want all of the different sides, that is all included. Now, in terms of the inclusions, I've probably covered off most of these. What have I not? Oh, two. How-to experiences. So every day we have a variety of experiences where your guests can learn how to do something. Now that could be anything from learning how to blow a conch shell, learning how to make Bayesian fish cakes, or even learning how to play dominoes like a local, because it is a very different game. So there's stuff going on every day. And then the other thing that we do offer is access to Seabreeze Beach House. Now that is our family-friendly 4.5-star property. The guests can go there. You can go there either to dine if you want, if you just want to mix it up a bit, or because that resort is more family friendly and there's more water sports on offer there, some guests might choose to utilise that as well. And then just before I finish, we've got the amazing spa, the Aqua Spa, which is up on our 8th floor. Again, floor to ceiling windows, treatment rooms that overlook the ocean, which is really unusual for a spa because quite often they're very dark or they're hidden away. But this one is light, bright, contemporary, ocean views, amazing choice of treatments. Most of them have a theme of wellness through water. And we have the island's only hammam spa suite as well. Now, as I said, all of your guests get a credit to use towards a treatment here, so everyone gets to sample it. I am just going to finish with a very short video, just to kind of bring it all together for you. So this resort, it's edgy, exciting, it's different, it's a younger clientele for your guests that really want quality. Perhaps they want to try Barbados and, you know, they know that they want to go all inclusive because everything's covered. It's definitely the most talked about new opening on the island. It only opened 2 years ago. As I said at the start, we are part of my booking rewards. We have got our training and reward program, so please do register on there and log any bookings that you do, and you can earn points, and the points can be redeemed either against cash or free nights, and the free nights are very generous. So thank you very much for your attention. I'll stay on the chat just for a few minutes. If anyone has any questions, drop them in the Q&A and I'll.
Thank you very much, Kerry. Any questions for Kerry, please pop them into the Q&A and put for the attention of Kerry and she will answer them for you. So thank you for taking us to Barbados. Loving seeing the hotel, so thank you very much, Kerry. And we're now scooting across to Mauritius on the other side of the world, over in the Indian Ocean. Claire, over to you.
Hi, thank you. Well, as I mentioned, I'm going to be talking about heritage and veranda heritage resorts. So we are located in the south of the island of Mauritius. We are about 45 minutes to an hour from the airport, just to give you an idea. And we play around, our playground is 2,500 hectares. So we have a lot of space. There are 158 rooms, or suites, I should say, at Heritage Le Telfair. So we're quite a small property within quite a large area, so you always feel like you have that space when you're moving around the resort. So just looking at the map here that you can see on the screen, so down on the front, if we start on the beach, on the left hand side as you look at it, you can see Sea Beach Club. Then all the blue roofed buildings, that's Heritage Le Telfair. Next door we have another 5-star property, which is our Heritage Awali Golf and Spa Resort. Located just up behind the hotels, we have Heritage Le Chateau Golf Course. Le Chateau Bellombe, our fine dining restaurant. And then we have Heritage the Villas that go around the golf course. And then moving further back, we have Heritage La Reserve, our second golf course, as well as the Nature Reserve, and then Le Charamel Restaurant and Charamel Southern Covered Earth Park are owned by Rogers Hospitality, who also own the hotels. So that's kind of part of us as well. I'll explain a bit more in a few minutes. So where to stay within the resort? So we're going to start with Heritage Le Telfair. This is a small luxury hotel of the world, and as I mentioned, it's 158 suites. We are located in like blocks around the resort, so we're not one big building. We have around about 8 rooms to each kind of block to give you an idea of a mixture of rooms, and they're located with either garden view or sea view rooms, and then we have beachfront as well. We are all suites and we have butler service throughout, and that's done over WhatsApp. So you can WhatsApp your butler first thing in the morning and say, please, can I book this today? Or I'd like to do that, or where can I get this? And they're there basically to kind of cater to your needs, but not intrusive at all. They don't come knocking on your door and wake you up or anything, of course, unless you want them to. So it's a really nice little extra service that is included obviously in the rates. So as I mentioned, we're an all-suite hotel, and all suites either face the garden or the sea. We are ground and first floor only, so we're no higher than 2 stories. All our suites, except for our junior suite, can accommodate 2 adults and 2 children under the age of 12. The junior suite is more of your romantic honeymoon couple suite. As you walk in, you have a giant 4-poster bed in the middle of a room. You then have a little turret area where there's a couple of seats that you can sit down, have a drink. And in the bathroom, that's where you have the roll top bath, the double shower. You know, it's a really special kind of room. We have a lot of interleading rooms, which I'm sure, as most of you know, they're where you have a hallway. So you have your 2 room doors coming into a little hallway, and then you have one big door that you can close, and that means you kind of got your 2 rooms joined together. So if you have any small children traveling, they can be in the room next to you, but they can't get out any further than the main doors. We do have deluxe garden view and deluxe sea view suites, but then as you move up the categories into junior suite, senior suite, and ocean beachfront, we start giving you extra amenities. And my absolute favourite out of the whole lot is that you will get all your laundry and ironing done throughout your stay, which if you're anything like me, you're taking a dirty suitcase with you. More for the ironing than the washing, to be perfectly honest. I can't stand ironing. And then as you move up to the senior suite, you get airport transfers included both way, as well as your laundry and ironing. And then again, more amenities when you get to the beachfront. You get the transfers, the laundry, guaranteed early check-in and late checkout. So it really is worth upselling those categories to get those extra amenities. Around the Domain, we have a lot of restaurants. So we're going to start with the ones that are actually at Telfair. So at Telfair, Annabella's is your self-service restaurant, so your buffet style restaurant, live cooking stations. We have Ginger, which is a stunning Pan Asian. They bring out like a long board of different sushi you can try. And we have a teppanyaki table there. You have Le Palmier, which as you can see is right on the beachfront. Where it's our kind of fish restaurant, local catch of the day. And then within the Domain, included as well as these 3 restaurants, we have 10 other restaurants. So you have 13 restaurants you can dine at across the Domain. You can come in on bed and breakfast or half board or Gourmet Bliss. And if you take Gourmet Bliss, you get the 13 restaurants and 10 bars included. You get unlimited champagne and some other amenities, including tickets to the World of Seashells and Charamel 7 Coloured Earth Park. Heritage Wali I mentioned next door, that's a 5-star leading all-inclusive resort, great for families if you were looking for something a bit different. And these are the restaurants that are at Heritage Wali that when you're at Telfair you can dine at. So you've got Infinity Blue, the beach bar, Savannah, the buffet restaurant. You also have Boma, which is the African themed night. It's on twice a week, Tuesdays and Saturdays, and you get to dance around a fire with some African dancing and have an outdoor barbecue. It's a stunning experience. You can see at the top there, that's the picture of the barbecue. We offer all-inclusive and premium all-inclusive. And then Heritage Villas, these are 5-star villas, 2, 3 and 4 bedroom located around the golf course, more for your multi-generational family or larger families. Every bedroom has a bathroom, so they are quite luxurious and they have to be of a high standard. And what's great about these is that you can actually use all the facilities at the resort, including taking the Gourmet Bliss package, so you can dine at the 13 restaurants. We have, as I mentioned, 2 golf courses. So Le Chateau is our 18-hole championship golf course. It's won many awards within the Indian Ocean. It's well established, and you have free access and unlimited green fees, regardless of your board basis, staying at any of the 3 properties across the Heritage brand in the domain. We then have also our new course. So this opened on the 1st of December. It's La Reserve Golf Links. It's where you start at the top and you play all the way down to the ocean, and you have these stunning views as you work your way down. The only way you can play this course is if you stay at Heritage Resorts. It's not open to anybody else on the island. If you stay on Gourmet Bliss, you actually get a round included. And then after that, if you want to play more rounds, you can pay a bit more. But you do need a handicap of 36 to play here. Apparently that's quite high. I'm not a golfer, so you'll have to bear with me on that one. So another one of our restaurants, which is absolutely stunning, is the Chateau de Belombe. This is located, as I mentioned, just about up above the resort. You probably saw it on the map. And what we've done is we've styled the gardens like the Versailles of gardens in Paris. So downstairs is the fine dining restaurant, the Chateau, where we have our wine cellar, and you can do a wine tasting experience. And then upstairs, we've converted that into a suite. So if you're celebrating something special, or you just fancy something different for the night, an anniversary or anything, you can actually stay at the chateau. And what we'll then do is you can go up for dinner. You just have to go upstairs into your 4-poster bed, and then in the morning you can wake up and have breakfast on that terrace and overlook these beautiful gardens, which obviously you can see you get a sea view from. The place to be, Sea Beach Club, as I mentioned. So where you had Telfair and you look to the left, that was Sea Beach Club. This is our kind of Ibiza vibes, really trendy bar. They have the day beds there. We have all different gins there. You can have breakfast, lunch and dinner there if you want. It's a really kind of different sort of vibe to it, to the rest of the resort. And this is where all our water sports are. So if you want to try, I don't know, stand-up paddleboarding or fall-off stand-up paddleboarding, as I've experienced, then you can have a go from here, and this is where you'll try it all out. And then during festive, this is also where we have all our live DJs playing. We get international DJs to come over to celebrate the festive period with us. We have a spa, obviously, at the resort. You can go off and take all different treatments, whether it's just yourself or if you want a couple massage. We've got a hammam, we've got a steam room, and we do all sorts of different wellness programs throughout the resort. So you can take part in a yoga class or Tai Chi. There's all sort of different things going on throughout your stay. One of our kind of USPs for you guys is our kids club. So our kids club is from 3 to 11, which I know is pretty standard for everybody. However, we do actually have a complimentary baby club. So from 0 to 35 months, we have qualified nannies looking after the babies, and you can leave them there from 8:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon. The kids club is open from 8:30 to 11 p.m. So that's all day, but the babies obviously are a little bit less. And then we do offer babysitting in the evenings in the rooms, but that is you have to pay locally for that. Other things you can do within the resort, so much to do. There's so little time when you come and stay with us to do everything that you want to fit in. So whether you want to go, you can go hiking around the nature reserve, you can have a picnic, you can go quad biking, we've got the safari park, we've got waterfalls, we've got pretty much everything you can kind of imagine. We can also arrange all different experiences for you. So we have a concierge service that can arrange a catamaran trip, so you can take a catamaran out and go and see more from the different view, and you can have a barbecue on board and an open bar. You can go up to the beautiful charamel restaurant, which isn't included in any of the AIs, but it's a stunning panoramic restaurant where you sit halfway up a mountain and basically look out over the ocean. It is beautiful. But as I mentioned, anything for our concierge service can arrange any of these for you, and it can be done before your guests travel out as well. So sustainability is obviously kind of a forefront of people's minds these days. So we have 5 key pillars. We call it Now for Tomorrow. So we have a dedicated website, and you can find out more about that if you wish on the website. But it's things like recycling the plastic, making sure we have glass that we use again, that kind of thing, to give you an idea. So I do have a video which hopefully will play. Oh, I've managed to stop sharing. Bear with me. Very technical. Right. So that's a real, oh, I've managed to start again. That's a real sort of snapshot of our hotel. And hopefully we'll get to welcome you all one day.
Super amazing. Thank you very much, Claire. Loving the video. Is it a new one?
Yes, it is. It's different music,
Yeah.
which I like the old music, but this one, I like the video for this one. So
Yeah, it used to be, music used to remind me of the Colin Bailey Ray kind of
Yeah.
birds. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
lovely video. So thank you very, very much. Any questions you have for Claire, please pop them into the Q&A and she will answer them for you. So now we're going to welcome back to the stage our Sarah. Sarah, over to you.
Thank you.
You've muted yourself again.
It's doing like mute again, isn't it? I was just checking that everyone can see the screen. Brilliant. Hi. Cool. So hello everyone. I'm here on behalf of Essential Detail today, who represent 10 properties in the Caribbean, across 6 different islands. These are all very boutique kind of properties, so that's why they've kind of been selected. They've got quite a lot of in common, a real family feel. We actually get a lot of returning guests to a lot of these hotels, because they just love the kind of atmosphere and the service that they get from the staff when they come to visit. But today I'm just going to be honing in on one in particular, and that is Rabo Hotel from Hotel Chocolat. So taking you over to the island of St. Lucia. So the Rabo Hotel is actually set on the southwest of the island. It's kind of in the what we'd call the adventure south, about 10 minutes from the town of Soufrière, and overlooking the amazing iconic Piton Mountains that St. Lucia is lucky enough to have. We're 45 minutes from the international airport by taxi, and there's direct flights from the UK, various places in Canada and the US, so it's fairly accessible. So to set a bit of context, because I'm conscious we've got people from all over the place today. Hotel Chocolat is actually a chocolate retailer in the UK, and we have about 140 stores there. We've actually also just launched as a website in the US as well. And the reason that we have a presence in St. Lucia is essentially we decided to go to learn how to make our own, grow our own cocoa, so we could do it in a more sustainable way that was fairer to the planet and fairer to the farmers. So they bought the Rabo estate in 2006. And first and foremost got going with creating their organic cacao farm and working with island growers on the island. And then in 2011, they actually opened the Rabo Hotel, which at the time was only 6 lodges and a restaurant, and has now kind of been built up to become the boutique property that it is today, with 25 lodges, a restaurant, spa, and infinity pool, which I will share a lot more about with you today. And then our most recent addition to the estate, which I think some of you, if you're familiar with the hotel before, may not be so familiar with this part, is our Project Chocolat experience, which has taken over 6 acres of the estate. Our guests from the hotel, as well as tourists from across the island and even cruise ship passengers as well, can come and learn about cocoa growing and make chocolate from scratch, which is quite a unique and really immersive experience. So to just set the scene to kick off, I'm just going to show a little video that takes you a bit of a walk through the hotel before I kind of tell you some more details about it. So hopefully you can all still hear me. So yeah, the Rabo Hotel, we're actually set about 1,000 feet above sea level. So unlike a lot of the Caribbean properties you come across, we're actually up in the rainforest, and that's what gives us that incredible view over the Piton Mountains. Our architecture is all very open air. It's about really connecting with nature. So you'll see as we kind of move through the presentation, our lodges are all kind of like got the shutters that open up and the balconies that really kind of open right up, so you've got the view and connecting with the views and the rainforest all around you. So we have 25 private luxury lodges that are nestled within the rainforest that you can see here. And it's very much a bit of a blend of that like St. Lucian charm, but also a bit of a contemporary feel as well. So our entry level room category is our lodges that are nestled around the garden courtyard. These are 450 square foot, all have kind of king size beds, a lounging area. And in the bathrooms, we have these kind of open air rainforest showers. So you really feel like you're in the rainforest. All of our rooms across our categories are sold on a bed and breakfast basis. And we're an adults only resort, so all the rooms are 2 people only. Our premium room category is our luxe lodges, and these are really quite spectacular. They're sat on stilts and in an elevated position, so you really benefit from the amazing views across the rainforest of the Pitons. As you can kind of see in some of these images, the sunsets are absolutely unreal from these locations. Again, there's kind of the open air rainforest shower. They're 750 square foot, so lots of space when you're opening those balcony doors. They all come with the same as the lodges, ceiling fans. Because we have that open air concept, there is no air conditioning. But because of the elevated position, you actually get really quite an amazing tropical breeze that keeps you cool on those hotter days. All our rooms also come with a Hotel Chocolat velvetizer, which is a hot chocolate making machine, so people can enjoy an array of our very own hot chocolate, as well as handmade chocolate truffles and other kind of snacks that are refreshed daily. And there's also fridges with a mini bar, as you'd expect. So in terms of kind of, I mentioned that we're just on a bed and breakfast basis. We do have meal plans available, so our guests can add either half board or all inclusive to their stay. We actually also offer all inclusive on just set days of their time with us, so they don't have to have it for the full experience, because we appreciate that there's other amazing restaurants and things in the area, and as we only have one restaurant, they may want to go and explore a little bit. But what's unique about our cuisine is, as you'd expect, it's a cacao cuisine. So we infuse cocoa, whether it's in a savoury way, so putting cocoa nibs into the marinades of the meats, right through to kind of what you'd expect in amazing chocolate desserts. And we always have a conch machine going in the corner making fresh chocolate. And my favourite part about the end of the meal is when you get a little bowl, a little bit of melted chocolate and a homemade chocolate truffle on the side. So we are really keen on sustainability. I mean, as you've heard, that's our big reason for growing our own cocoa. So we source a lot of the produce from across our own estate, but also from local suppliers. We're actually at about 95% of our ingredients are sourced within the island, which is a really great achievement, seeing as a tiny island, they have to import quite a lot of things. So within the restaurant area, we also have our cacao bar. And here we have lots of people, our bartenders are experts in infusing all parts of the cacao pod actually into our drinks, whether it's actually using the chocolate in to make chocolate cocktails or using the pulp within a kind of like amazing Bellini style. So yeah, there's lots of delicious ones. My favorite one in particular is a white chocolate spicy frozen mango margarita. It is delicious. And then we've got the amazing infinity pool that sits just below our restaurant and part of our kind of Club Buchan area. And this really makes the hero of the Petit Piton. And as you can imagine, is where the people go for their iconic Instagram shot. We also have a very popular experience with some of our guests, which is a floating breakfast or floating lunch that we can put together for people during their stay. Down in Club Buchan, we obviously have a whole array of sun lounges, both undercover and out, because we do have a lot of liquid sunshine in St. Lucia. And we have an honesty bar where people can help themselves to kind of beers and wines, but also do have service from the restaurants. People can get food and drinks and cocktails from the main restaurant as well. Another part that, as you can expect, incorporates cacao is at our spa. One of the kind of best things that I love about this is that our own therapists collect kind of botanicals from the estate and infuse them into massage oils, and they ask you to kind of like smell which one most kind of complements your senses, if you like, and then they'll use that within your massages. Or you can go kind of all full out and have yourself covered in chocolate and wrapped in banana leaves. Or if you want a bit of an exfoliant, they'll use the cacao nibs in a massage as well. So we have kind of a whole array of activities for guests to enjoy, whether you want to stay more on the estate and do our rum and chocolate pairing, yoga at sunrise or sunset, or obviously chocolate making itself. But we also have our own private boat that we can take guests out on excursions for. We do sunset cruises or underwater explorers, so you can go and see the what's under the surface as well as kind of excursions to see local hotspots around Soufrière. One of the kind of key things on the fact that we've got a massive estate is that we really encourage our guests to also go down and see our cocoa farm. And our teams are really, when guests wander down, our teams are always really keen to explain the process, show them about drying the cocoa and how they sort the beans. You can also just go down there with our chef and collect herbs and then make cocktails. So it's a really interactive area that people that love chocolate and love nature and love to learn where things come from in their food. It's a great experience. As we're such a big estate, so the Rabo estate is 140 acres, we've actually built a whole network of trails that our guests can kind of walk around. It's a great running track. They can just go and explore. You can simply relax and just connect with nature. We actually put on a rainforest picnic as well, which particularly if you've got those romantic couples on honeymoon is a really nice experience. So one thing, because obviously we are up in the rainforest, but a lot of people come to the Caribbean and they still want to get that beach time. So we've got a great relationship with Paradise Hotel, which is right on Malgratuit Beach, which is only 10 minutes from our hotel. It's got more of a kind of local feel in terms of it's quite small and quite charming. They've got sun lounges there, a restaurant and bar, and anything that the guests use there, they can then charge back to their room at Rabo. And they also have water sports like kayaking and paddleboarding that our guests can use. And we do a complimentary beach shuttle down to that beach twice a day. So once in the morning and once in the afternoon, or you can spend the full day there. And that's quite a nice addition for those people that want to have a bit of a mixture of both. Obviously, with our incredible kind of setting, we do make quite a unique place to have a wedding. So we've got an incredible team that are always on hand to help a couple kind of choose where's the best location for them on the estate. We can be super flexible and make it work for them. As we're quite a small property as well, we work well for just, a couple that want to come and have a really intimate wedding, through to people wanting to kind of come and have a full buyout, because we've got that like 25 rooms kind of works if you wanted to buy out a whole property in the Caribbean. And yeah, you can choose to go right to the top of our big nature point and say I do with the piton in the background, or you can go find somewhere that's like amongst the cacao groves that's very calm and romantic. So I just wanted to kind of touch quickly on the Project Chocolat experience, because that's the newest thing. And I think even if you have guests that are staying in St. Lucia and perhaps want to stay somewhere more on the beach, they can still come and get a little bit of the insight of the cocoa growing and experience by coming to our Project Chocolat. On the Project Chocolat tour, we have, and so it's spread over 6 acres of the Rabo estate, as you can see here. It's actually tucked away from, it's kind of on a different part of the site to the hotel, so it doesn't interfere with that kind of secluded field that the hotel has. And yeah, it's quite incredible in terms of where it's nestled in, and quite an impactful space as well. So the main tour, which is our comprehensive tree to bar tour, and they get to go and see our nursery and learn how you graft a cocoa baby, as we call them, before heading into the rainforest, actually seeing cacao growing on the trees, and what it looks like when you crack it open, which is quite a unique experience. And then we talk to them a lot about what Hotel Chocolat are doing in terms of learning better ways of growing cocoa, loves biodiversity, so we really lean into that. And then we take our visitors back to the main site, where they'll actually make chocolate from scratch. And don't be fooled, it's not for the faint-hearted, it's quite hard work mashing those nibs away. But yeah, we teach them a bit more about the history of cacao, and they craft their own chocolate bar. And we actually offer this part of the experience on its own as well. So if you don't want to do the full tour, which is about 2.5 hours and includes lunch, you can just come and do the bean to bar experience in about an hour. And some cruise ships that we work with do just bring guests for that period of time, because they don't have the same length of time as if you were just coming down to visit for yourself. And similar to how we have a cacao cuisine at our Rabo restaurant at the hotel, we actually at project, we have kind of a market style area where we serve our cacao cuisine more in a street food style. So, you know, beer battered fish and chips that has cacao infused in it, the coleslaws and burgers. We also have a lot of our Hotel Chocolat products, like our famous ice cream of the gods, and choc shakes. And this is somewhere that, like, guests from the hotel can obviously come and eat here as well and charge back to their room. And can wander down any time. There's another bar here too. And yeah, it's quite, even guests can just walk in. They don't have to necessarily book to come and enjoy the cuisine here. We do also have a retail area as well, which sells some of our products and our micro batch chocolate. So that the chocolate you can buy either at Project or at the hotel, and it's chocolate from our estate and also some of our 70 island growers across St. Lucia. So that's kind of everything from me. I've just put some links on here if anyone, you know, follow us on social media. Also, please do reach out to Essential Detail if you want any more information on any of these aspects. Essential Detail are also having their UK, I'm afraid only, roadshow in June, a week commencing 17th of June. And we're going to be visiting Glasgow, Leeds and Solihull. So if you're interested in learning more about the 10 Caribbean properties we represent, like, please do reach out and come along. Thank you.
Super amazing. Thank you, Sarah. You've certainly made me hungry. That's exactly what happened at the start. Wow, it's certainly unique. Loving the concept and everything and the sustainability. So brilliant. We've got a couple of questions for you. If anybody's got any questions as well, any more for Claire, please let us know. Julie's asked, can you get a copy of the first slide with all of the results listed? Is that allowed?
Do you mean for Essential Detail? Yeah, of course. We can. We'll put that. Make sure that's in the follow-up.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Sarah, I see a lot of stairs. Are you ADA accessible?
So yeah, unfortunately not. There is a lot of steep hills and steps at the property, so we're not really suitable for people that have kind of mobility issues, unfortunately.
Okay, super. Is the hotel all inclusive?
So we sell generally on a bed and breakfast basis, but we do have all-inclusive plans that can be added per person per night.
Brilliant. Do any of the rooms have double beds?
They all have double beds. In fact, they're all either king or super king beds, and just cater for 2 people only.
Okay, super. Deborah's asking about the cruise ship passengers, but I think we've just covered that, and I think you should put that in before we covered over. She's put a cruise ship passengers able to book a tour while in the port, and if so, she needs additional information. So would you be able to put that in your follow-up as well?
Yeah, we'll include that in the follow-up.
Super. And also, will you be able to put a note on how you schedule the tour? If there's like a certain website that you go onto or an email address?
Yeah. So we currently primarily sell it online through Viator. We're just setting up our direct, but that shows kind of the different timings. But we tend to have two tours a day, and you can book the bean to bar experience as just separate, or you can do the full tour, which is the 2.5 hour.
Super, thank you. What would be an estimated price of a meal if the clients take part of the all-inclusive plan?
Is that more kind of what is all-inclusive cost? Because I'm not really sure how that works. Did you mean the or don't?
Clients take part of the all-inclusive plan.
So
don't
generally,
part, I would say don't take part.
Because our all-inclusive is about $140 per day per person. A meal, it can kind of vary. Like I'd say a main is around $40 US. That helps. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I don't think we've missed any of the other questions. I think we've got them all. Claire, you was asked about the cyclone, which I saw you answered. Yeah, it's the hotels were got no problem at all.
No, we had a bit of greenery flying around, but most of that got cleared up the next day. So yeah.
No problem at all. We're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so now we're going to go to the part of the day where we test you guys. So we've got some questions from each of our hosts. Kerry's had to leave us, but she's left me her little question. So if everybody can go to chat and make sure that you drop down says everyone. As a reminder, everybody that's on the webinar today gets one prize draw point. If you answer fastest finger first with the correct answer, you get 10 points. And then tomorrow I'll put you all into a magic wheel, spin to win, and I'll let you know who the 3 winners are. So first of all, Carrie, you remember Carrie from the O2 Beach Club. I'm going to do her question. So already, she's asked me to ask you, how many swimming pool bars do they have at O2?
Oh, the
Okay,
question is, Sarah, do you know the answer?
I do. I was listening to this part. So Emma was the first person with the correct answer. The answer is 2. So Emma, just popping your name down here. So well done, Emma. You got your 10 points. Claire.
How many restaurants do we have across the domain?
Okay, so Gail said 13.
That's the correct answer, 13.
That was very quick.
I almost want to try and say the question really quickly, see how quick they can answer.
And last but not least, Sarah.
Yes. So what is the name of the site that we do our chocolate experiences on the estate?
What is the name of the site?
Ah, they got in quick.
Ooh,
Some of these are quite interesting. Kabat. I don't know if I said Kabat.
very different ones here.
Yeah. Well, it was Project Chocolat, so well done to the person that wrote first because you got it right.
Peter Foster. There you go. Super amazing. So Peter, Gail and Emma, you've got your 10 extra points. I will let you know who the winners are tomorrow. Thank you to Sarah, Claire and to Kerry for the super amazing presentations. Remember, they're trade friendly. They want to work with you. So it's always good to send bookings to hotels that want to work with the trade. So any further questions you've got, let them know. I will send a full follow-up and webinar recording, and then Claire, Sarah and Carrie will all drop you a little email as well, just with any further information. So let them know if you need any help, any other questions. And that is it from me. Ladies, do you have anything more to add?
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining.
Super amazing. Well, have a great weekend, everybody. Do lots of bookings and we will see you all next week. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.